It's America's worst nightmare, Howard Stern.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're back live after a 1-week hiatus. Yeah. Well, how much more time left on my contract? How many more actual days do I have left of this? Before I go off into the sunset. July, August, September. When is my contract up? Robin, when is my contract up?
I think another year and a half.
No, come on. It's been a year and a half for over a year and a half. I think they keep fooling me. They know I never look at the thing.
I think you're getting extensions without being talked
Yeah,
to.
I think it ended about a year and a half ago. Go on, Jackie, you know.
I'm working on it here.
Time moves too slow.
Yeah, especially when you're waiting for something.
Yeah. If I didn't think about it that much.
It would already be here.
Exactly.
It's like Christmas.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
405 days.
405 days?
That's working days.
Work days, not including weekends.
405.
That doesn't sound like a lot of days.
That sounds like a lot to me.
I'll take a little sick time.
Want that in seconds?
Yeah, break it down into seconds, if you don't mind.
Well, 5 hours.
Now, how many, don't break it down into seconds. I get depressed.
2,025 hours.
Is that counting the last 30 seconds that just passed?
Oh, wait a minute. 2,024
Wait a minute.
hours.
What are you counting? Are you counting 24 hours a day or just the time we're on the air?
No, 5 hours a day he's figuring.
All right.
Figure 4 hours a day.
Whoops.
Cut that down.
We just slashed a bunch off right there.
There you go. Good morning.
1,620 hours.
All right.
Not counting.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
Now, that sounds pretty reasonable.
That sounds like I'm way off. Go back and figure.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a little break here just so we don't fall far behind because you know that we have a tendency to do that. And then we'll come back and start the program, tell you everything that went on and all kind of things right after these words. Oh, yeah. I was reading in the paper today. There's a pretty funny article in the Daily News about the two mass murderers in jail, Colin Ferguson and
Joel Rifken?
Joel Rifken yelling and fighting with each other.
Well, Joe, but a few have told us about that.
Yeah, he told us about it. I didn't believe it. Monster mash at Long Island Jail. Colin decks Joel in Braggart's feud.
Oh, wow. They're actually fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Monster man.
They've been at each other's throat. Joel Rifken feels he is the superior mass murderer because he killed more people than Colin Ferguson. Colin Ferguson says, hey, wait a second, man. I took out white devils, on a train.
Uh-huh.
You just killed, like, prostitutes and stuff.
I see.
Say.
Whoa.
So they've been having a massive argument.
What an argument that is.
I say we let them go at each other and kill each other.
Why stop them?
Yeah,
Who stopped them?
Let them duel to the death.
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Then we'll know who's better.
I'll give you a little pop quiz on mass murderers, serial killers. How many women did Joel Rifken kill?
Well, I happen to know.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Fred?
6.
Wrong.
Jackie?
I thought it was 19.
Well,
Wrong.
closer. 17.
Whoa. But didn't they...
Didn't
And
they
he is linked to the death of an 18th person, but they're not sure.
They're not sure about that.
Right.
He admitted to killing 17.
Right, Robin. Exactly. So, Jackie, very close.
Thank you, Bill.
And Colin Ferguson killed how many people?
Now, that I have to guess on, I would say 7.
8. I thought 4.
He wiped out 6 devils.
Oh.
That's what they got him quoted here. He goes, I wiped out 6 devils.
You just killed people.
A lot of remorse. You know, there was a great story while we were away on vacation about how in Singapore they cane people.
For graffiti.
Yeah, they have a wonderful system over there. They have a society in Singapore where there is no graffiti, there is no vandalism, there is very little crime.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is that when and people keep saying to me, do you support caning? Do you think that's a great idea? Of course it's a great idea. Everyone's so afraid.
Everyone has been writing editorials saying that this is not just a spanking that these canings are delivered by martial artists.
The canings are so...
take a rattan or bamboo pole.
Right. And beat your ass.
Beat you, and usually draw blood, often maiming you for life, sometimes resulting in shock, often requiring a hospitalization after the caning.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. People say, well, gee, I can't even walk down the streets anymore. I can't go outside at night. I can't... So what are you afraid of? We're not saying cane people before they have a trial. I'm saying at least after the trial there'll be some form of retribution. You take them out in public, you pull their pants down, and you cane them.
But in this case now...
put it on pay-per-view.
I'm reading that the young man was beaten and jailed for several days before he confessed.
Yeah.
And swears that he really didn't do this.
Yeah.
And he was told that if he agreed to plead guilty, he'd just be found guilty and extradited out of the country. Just banned or something, or exiled.
No, I'm all for it. I'm all for caning.
Now his father says he's really sorry that he told his son to go ahead and take that guilty plea.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm all for caning. I love it. I think it's great, and I think that anybody who's against it is a jackass. Somebody's found guilty. We don't know what to do with these guys. A lot of crimes fall sort of by the wayside. People talk about drunk driving. It's an excellent reason to cane someone in public. Drunk driving. Well,
I don't know what they do to you for drunk driving in Singapore if they cane you for spray painting a car.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're found with drugs, that's a death sentence.
I like beating feet. That's a big favorite of mine for drunk driving. That way you can't work the pedals of your car.
Just make those feet not work.
Yeah, you cane the feet.
I see.
Until they break. Rodney King received a caning. I'll tell you one thing.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
Here we charge ourselves millions of dollars for doing what they do in Singapore for free. I mean, it's unbelievable. Guaranteed the last time you drive drunk.
Every time you want to drive drunk, you're going to think about that.
Oh, yeah, Rob. That's right. That's right.
Well, it's interesting because with Joel Rifken, he's going to try an insanity defense.
Right.
And so far, it's never worked in serial killings.
Yeah. Well, you see, in Singapore, they would kill Joel Rifken. He would be dead. And, you would have a trial. And after the trial, you'd kill the guy. Wouldn't it be 27 appeals? Maybe 1 or 2 appeals, and that'll be it.
I didn't believe it.
Excuse
me, Mr. Rifken?
I didn't do nothing irrelevant.
All right. Well, we're gonna kill you now.
All about going with it.
But it's an interesting way to defend yourself because he's only charged with 1 crime. But in order to plead insanity, he's going to have to talk about the other 16 murders.
Right. He'll have to confess to 16 murders.
To prove how crazy he is.
How many did you kill?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little victims.
So there you have it. I'm a big fan of caning. I love it. I love the idea of it. I think it's great. And you know who's always afraid of it? There's always some cowards who, but what if they mistake me for a criminal and I have to get caned? What are the odds of that? It hasn't happened so far. What are you afraid of?
Stop, it hasn't happened so far. You are
for goodness sake. There isn't a guy...
Did you see 60 Minutes last night?
Oh, please.
Look at that poor woman who is accused of molesting all those children.
So what? So you mean for one woman I'm going to stop caning? Are you crazy? Insane over there.
That's terrible.
Well, anyway, we had a week-long vacation. Wasn't long enough. That's what was weak about it.
Are you feeling like me? Like I need about a month off?
Yeah. I had a weird week. I laid in bed mostly because my eyeball went out again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just awful. But I didn't mind. I just laid in bed, and my wife said, don't watch TV, you're straining eye. I said, just leave me alone. I watch TV. I didn't care.
Did you get a patch and watch with one eye?
Yeah, I just wish there had some cream in it now. It was like peeking through a door.
Oh, no.
But I didn't care because I didn't have to get up early in the morning. My wife and I fought a lot during the vacation.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, we had a lot of fighting and various yelling. In fact, we had the biggest fight of our life right before the Rainforest concert.
Stop it.
Yeah, it got real ugly.
What are you talking about?
It got very vicious. So what are
you fighting over?
We were fighting the whole time. In fact, you couldn't tell my wife had been crying the whole way over.
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah. We hated each other that night.
You two are good actors.
Yeah, we were trying to make up the whole time, but it was tough.
Are you kidding?
No, we were fighting the whole time. Well, because she read the tickets wrong. The Rainforest concert was for 7 o'clock, but she told me it was 7:30 or 8. And then I was sleeping, and she woke me up and told me to get dressed for the Rainforest concert. So I did. I put on and it said it's like a nice affair, so I put on this nice sort of white sports jacket and some green pants, and, it looked kind of snazzy, I thought.
White and green?
I don't know. You got to see it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good outfit. But it wasn't, like, elegant or something.
Uh-huh.
It was like a black tie affair, and I didn't really feel it was necessary to wear black tie, So, she started yelling at me that I was wearing the wrong thing, and normally I would have changed, but we were running out of time, or else we would have been late for the Rainforest concert. So then she started yelling at me that I'm wearing the wrong thing, and I told her to get off my case, so she wasn't on my same wavelength, and that, all over this outfit. And I was getting, like, real irritated because I hate going out. I hate going anywhere. I hate going out in public.
Well, where else out is there? There's an out without public.
Oh, my God. And, I don't know. We just started yelling at each other, and then I told her to get off my back. She was yelling at me. I yelled at her.
This is why I would never get married.
Yeah,
You're driving me crazy.
Don't get married.
This was my life with my family. Every time you want to go out, it was a fight.
But I'm in very deep. I've got 3 kids, so.
Yeah, you can't get out.
I ain't going anywhere. I got to make it work.
I never understood why going out caused a fight.
Because, it was like she had bought a whole nice outfit for the Rainforest concert.
Yes.
Which is fine. Do your own thing. You want to look nice, look nice. She goes, well, you don't look right next to me. You got this wacky outfit on, and I don't know. And I got annoyed because I didn't want to change.
It's just one of those things where you get completely ready and you walk in the room and she looks at you and says, is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Because I had a T-shirt on with
think you've done a great job, right?
Yeah, I thought I did a great job.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, I thought I looked good. And, I kind of in the back of my mind knew she was right, but it was like 6 o'clock. The thing was for 7. It takes at least an hour to get into the city, and I wanted to leave. So we didn't end up leaving my house till 6:30. That's why we were late.
See, now I kept asking what happened.
Well, she hadn't read the ticket. It would have been fine if she had read the ticket and known what time the damn thing started.
Yeah.
That wasn't like her. Allison usually reads the tickets.
Yeah.
But she hadn't read the tickets until very late in the day.
Oh.
I don't know. There was a whole bunch of arguing going on.
But I kept saying to you guys that night, was traffic bad? And no.
No, traffic wasn't bad at all. Traffic was fine, but you can't get into the city in a half hour, no matter how light traffic is.
Well, see, I didn't know why you had left late, because she had said to me on a phone message that you were going to leave about 6. Yeah. So I expected you to be on time.
Yeah, we left late because I wasn't ready. Plus, I needed some time to get ready. I wanted to eat some dinner. I don't know. We just got, what it is? I didn't want to go to the Rainforest concert in the first place.
Oh.
So that's why I was irritable, and I didn't want to get dressed up. I hate getting dressed up, and I know it seems trivial, but you get into fights over trivial things. And, it was real ugly. Couldn't even have a good time at that lovely affair.
Oh.
And it was a real good concert. I was shocked how good it was.
I told you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
I had a really good time.
Excellent night.
So we go to the Rainforest concert, and we were fighting the whole way there. And
in the car?
No, in the car we shut up because we were in front of the driver.
I see.
But we didn't really know, and it's not comfortable fighting in front of a guy you don't know. I'm like, shh, you think I can hear we're fighting? So,
I mean, do you sit next to each other?
Yeah. It was really bad. She was crying right into the car, and the kids were yelling at me because, she was all upset with me because I was being particularly vicious.
You mean she's really tears were coming out of her eyes?
Well, if I said the things to you, I could make you cry in 3 seconds.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh.
I think we might both be crying.
I could just pick apart whatever your worst fears are and then just keep going.
Oh, I can go back at you.
I don't know. I can cut pretty deep.
Oh, well, we'll be slashing.
I've never done it to you.
She doesn't fight the way you do, huh?
I've never done it to you. I've always been kind to you.
But she hasn't learned to... I mean, you've been living with her for a long time. You'd think she'd learn some tactics.
No, you don't win against me. You just don't.
You're going to inflict some heavy damage, though, so you don't come back.
I've yet to meet the person that can beat me in a fight. A verbal fight? This fight, anyone can beat me.
Well, then she ought to start fighting.
That fight should have been on pay-per-view. It was better than the Buttafuoco-Geraldo fight.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, we were going at it pretty good.
You had her in tears?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that wouldn't be the first time.
Oh,
I'm always doing that.
I never knew that.
Yeah, we have our fights.
But you never said tears.
Yeah, well, it was a bad fight. I told you it was the worst fight we ever had.
Ooh. And the kids saw that?
No, they didn't see the fight, but they saw Mommy come downstairs a little shook up. She was a little punch drunk. She was a little wobbly.
You don't think they could hear?
She was a little wobbly when she came down.
Oh, how...
So then the kids were all upset, and then and then I just said, no, it's okay. And we told the kids it was okay.
Shut up or I'll punch you.
No, I would never say it to the kids. So then we got it. We got to the rainforest. we had to save the rainforest.
You had the rainforest in your house.
So we get there late, a half hour late. We're freaking out because we really want to see. If you're going to a concert, you want to see it. Yeah, because there was a lot of cool people going to be there. Elton John, James Taylor, Sting.
Turned out people you didn't even know. Aaron Neville, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Whitney Houston was there. There was a lot of people, singing and if I explained to you what they sang, it would sound kind of goofy, but it was good. Like even like Luciano Pavarotti, who I didn't want to see, and Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
They didn't suck because they kept them moving quick. So,
and you saw the duet she did with James Taylor.
It was good.
Great.
It was really good. You should have gone to see it, Jackie. I'm surprised you didn't.
I was out of town. I would love to go.
Oh, you were? Where'd you go, to California?
Cancun.
Oh, Cancun.
Ooh.
No kidding. You went yourself?
No. I was with the Stuttering Monster and Mikey Stein.
No.
Did you really? He gets to go places without his wife. That's why his marriage lasts.
He really went to Cancun with John and Mikey?
Your wife didn't care?
She actually encouraged me to go.
Really? Did you get laid?
Of course I got laid.
I know he did, too. That isn't a lie.
Is he a happy man?
That's why John can't walk today. No, as a matter of fact, I didn't, but it was great fun.
No kidding. You went on a plane with Stuttering John, 2 single guys.
3 single guys. Mike Stein.
Mike Stein, Stuttering John.
And me.
That's 2.5.
Oh, you're not
3
single.
single guys. You're married,
You're
remember?
married.
Oh, I thought you were referring to me as single.
No, 2 single guys. 3 single.
He didn't even know.
He doesn't know he's married.
Of course he can.
See, that's how he's able to do it without guilt.
Right.
I left my ring with the pilot.
Right.
He picked it up at the airport when he got back to New York.
I'll pick this up on my way back.
Put it in customs.
Lock it in a safety deposit box.
Great fun.
No kidding. No kidding. You bastard.
Yeah.
God, you're lucky.
I'm so lucky.
So what the hell did you do in Cancun?
Yeah, maybe you'll tell me.
Scared a girl about 1/3 my age and beat my head against the wall. Beautiful.
Yeah,
no drinking age. 14-year-old girls
drunk. 14-year-old drunk.
14-year-old.
You mean in Cancun you can drink if you're 14?
If you can walk into the bar and order, you can get a drink.
No kidding.
Frightening. Absolutely frightening.
Hot 14-year-olds, huh? That's sick.
That's redundant.
Oh, that's evil.
Hot 14-year-olds is redundant.
It's wild. And the bars stay open until the last person.
John didn't bring his girlfriend?
No.
No kidding.
That was the rules for this trip.
No women.
The rules. I like that. They make up rules.
No, John was going, and he said, go. And I said, all right, and I went. Berth even almost went. It was a real field day.
Did you call me? I would have loved to have gone.
Oh, please.
I got to go to Atlantic City for a day.
Well, that was good.
Yeah.
With your wife or with...
No, with the guys. That was fun.
Dominic?
My eye didn't hurt at all when I went to Atlantic City.
Oh, Howard.
I'm telling you, it was fine.
Oh, you are so...
It was perfect.
Seems to be a pattern.
Yeah.
You are so sick.
Got that right.
You were able to pull that eye together for one day.
It wasn't a matter of able, it just didn't hurt.
My eye didn't hurt in Cancun either.
I bet you it
the
did.
pain just disappeared.
Nobody's eye hurts.
You get home.
Oh, man.
No kidding. Oh, man. Cancun, huh, you bastard?
It's great. It was great, but it was a long way to go for a few days. Man.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Long day.
Yeah, right.
Sure. Real pain in the ass.
He doesn't go a long way every day.
It's great just going with guys, right?
Yeah, great fun.
Why do we get married if it's so great going with... You know what it is? You get secure when you're married, and you forget how bad it was when you were on your own.
I was ready to come home.
You were?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Enough dormitory.
Yeah, you get tired of the boys after a while, don't you? And living like an animal.
See, if you break it up by getting laid a couple of times, then it's all right.
Yeah, but you don't want to come home to a bunch of smelly guys every day.
Nah.
I had my own room. John was in his room about an hour, and I walked in there, and I could not believe it. Remember Pigpen and Peanuts?
You couldn't breathe.
No, it didn't. It's not that it stunk. It's just,
it was just everything was everywhere.
You couldn't physically mess up a room that fast. You couldn't do it. If somebody timed me and said, go in there and screw up the room.
You couldn't do it as fast as John.
That's funny.
I walked in and said, oh, they haven't cleaned this room yet.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow. All right, anyway, so I want to tell you about the Rainforest concert. I got to take a break, though. Let me take a break, and then I'll keep telling you what I did for the week, and you can tell me what you did. And, Fred, I don't want to know what you did. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Maybe Fred did something wild.
Nah, no way. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after that.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Thank you. All right, so we did best of last week. It must have been a good best of because a lot of people that night when I went out to the Rainforest concert, Sting and Trudy putting that together. Good show.
It looks like Trudy gets most of the credit for putting it together.
Yeah, well, you can give it mostly to Sting. He's the reason all those superstars show up. But she's just Mrs. Sting. So the thing is that a lot of people came up to me and said they enjoyed the Sam Kinison tribute and a couple other things.
Yes, a lot of people were saying that to me, too, as I went around.
And they enjoyed a couple other things that we put on for Best Of, so that's good. Also, I'm getting great reviews for the new videotape, 1-800-52-STERN. I have not been promoting it very heavily, I must tell you, but I was in Atlantic City. I signed a few posters.
Did you?
People were raving about the poster. They didn't realize how big it was.
Now, let me ask you something. You say you hate to go out. Now, when you're getting ready to go to Atlantic City...
Right.
Is it like going to the Rainforest?
No.
But that's out, Howard.
Nobody, no, when you're with a bunch of guys and you're going to be screwing around and having fun, it's different.
Oh.
It's different. Nobody cares what you look like. So a gorilla even got his copy of the videotape. He couldn't believe how good it was.
I haven't gotten a copy yet.
Well, did you order 1-800-52-STERN? No wonder you haven't gotten one. Hey, gorilla.
What's up, Walt?
So you saw the video?
Yeah, man, it was incredible.
Well, you saw it over a friend's house, right?
Yeah, my friend ordered it. We were playing cards, and I lost all my money, so I threw on the video.
And you were shocked?
I was taken back, definitely.
You were taken back?
Yeah,
definitely.
Taken back.
It was kind of cool how
you were taken aback.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, it was kind of cool how it was set up because it was like you went from actual footage, then you went to like the practice sessions where they were doing the same thing.
Right.
They're doing live and stuff.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely put together where you like want to see what's more and you keep going.
Want to see what's more?
Want to see more.
It's a cool tape. I mean, people will really love it, and they're being shipped now, so you can order and get delivery quick. 1-800-52-STERN. Plus, get the poster because the poster is only going to be around for a little while longer. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. It was great.
Yeah.
My friend really liked
What was your favorite part? Did you like it? Good.
Yeah.
What was the favorite part of the tape?
It was kind of cool how you guys were all sitting around and then stopping and goofing on the people on the video and stuff like that. Right. I guess when goofing on Gary is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's always fun. Well, that was a major theme back there. Yeah. So you'll see you'll not only see our New Year's Eve event, but you also get to see behind the scenes and what goes on, and it's
and then they party after.
You know, it was interesting how like you see like you and Jackie discussing things that are going to happen, what you should do and what you should take out and stuff.
Right.
Like I think to that everybody else at home who doesn't see stuff like that is.
It's interesting. I know. Yeah. Well, there you go. Did you watch the part featuring your old girlfriend? You know, Gorilla got laid at the New Year's Eve event. He had sex with one of the girls. Of course, I can't say which girl it was because you have to protect the innocent. But
who would that be?
Not him. But you know, you don't want to. You want to brand her.
Girls don't want to know.
Well, you don't want to brand her for life.
They've got that desperate.
Oh.
So anyway, Gorilla got laid at the New Year's Eve event, and did you check her out? She was hot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Did you bring back memories?
Yeah. That was the best piece you ever got, my friend.
Listen, I'm sucking those teeth. Stop that.
What are you sucking your teeth? What is that? He's like one of these guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten laid since then, have you?
No.
Gorilla, can you say
dry spell.
Can you say one complete sentence without
No.
Or what's this new thing? You're sucking your teeth. Did you have some dental work done?
No.
You're a little dry. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very good. I think he keeps sucking his teeth, hoping the vacuum will keep his hair in. Keep the hair in his head.
Is that what he's doing?
He's sucking the hair through his head. All right, Gorilla. Thank you so much. Anyway,
thanks for the review.
Thanks for the review. 1-850. No, I came in this morning. Gorilla was like, "Whoa! I didn't realize the videotape was going to be that good." So I said, "Well, can you say that on the air?" And then, of course, he gets in here and he can't talk. It was real good.
I was taken back.
I was taken back. He doesn't even know the expression he's using.
Definitely.
Definitely taken back.
Definitely taken back, and I want to see what's more. You couldn't write the stuff he said.
No.
Why would you?
Despite Gorilla's review, I must tell you, in the elevator where he is less inhibited, it was unbelievable, the review of the tape. And he was carrying on in the most coherent fashion.
Really?
Yeah. Then he gets in here and he's a blithering moron.
No one will believe you.
Like a gerbil he sounds. Sounds like Neil Young's hamster.
I was taken back. It was unbelievable.
Anyway, you dial 1-852-STERN. You'll see what was so unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And you'll enjoy it. Trust me on that. And also really on the poster, that is. In fact, I walked out of my room in Atlantic City, and there, in the middle of the hallway at Trump Plaza, was my poster. And I said, wait a second, that's the Leroy Neiman painting. What? It's framed, and it's hanging
in the Trump Plaza?
Yeah, and then it was one of the guys who works there. He wanted me to sign it, so he had taped it in front of one of the expensive pictures there.
It wasn't in a pose. It wasn't in a frame.
No, it looked like it was at the end of the hall, and then he had me sign it. So, and it looked quite good in the frame.
Well, it looks quite good in my frame.
Yeah, it's definitely a keeper, this one. It really is good. And you dial 1-800-52-STERN, and you will love the tape, because you got a whole lot of brand new stuff on there that I know you will enjoy. And it's $39.95. You must be 18 or older to order because of the sexual nature of some of the things that go on backstage. And it is brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. Okay, getting back to where was I at?
You were telling us about the rainforest.
Oh, yeah. So my wife and I, we decided to go to the rainforest, so we pull up to it. And then, we start arguing. You see, going out is tough for us because we always argue because we don't know what to do. You get out of the car, and all of a sudden we couldn't figure out where to go into the rainforest because now we're a half hour late. And then there were hundreds of reporters. I don't even know where all these pictures end up because I got to tell you something. In the Daily News today, I only saw one picture of the Rainforest concert. It was the picture of all the artists on stage. When I walked out in front of in front of Carnegie Hall, there must have been 500 reporters, 30,000 cameramen, and they're flashing bulbs and lights. And I'm walking down the street. They're asking me millions of questions. They're having me pose for millions of pictures. These pictures don't show up anywhere. I don't even know how these people make a living. I don't know. I don't get it. So, did you see what was doing out front?
Yeah, and can I tell you how they make a living?
Yeah, tell me.
They're called pool photographers, right?
Yeah.
And they take pictures of you, hundreds of pictures of every celebrity in every imaginable pose.
Yeah.
And then, like there might be a picture of you frightened.
Yeah.
Then if something frightening happens to you, and they can put you on, those pictures you see in the Inquirer?
So in other words, they don't use those pictures to explain what happened at the Rainforest concert.
No. They might use it later on down the line. There might be a picture of you looking weird, and it can go with a weird story in the Inquirer.
Yeah. Well, it was weird, to say the least. I mean, you walk in, and you can't even find your way in the door. So then I'm asking the cameraman, and you can't see because the lights are popping in your face. I said, where's the door to get in here? But they won't tell you because they want you to keep standing there.
See, only you would not know where the door was.
I had no idea. I walked down from the end of the block. I had no idea where anything was. I didn't even know it was in Carnegie Hall. I don't know where Carnegie Hall is. I don't know where anything is. I'm walking around in a daze. I need like a Baba Fohai to lead me around. Now, it turns out Baba Fohai was at the concert.
You're kidding.
No, he didn't come over and say hello to us.
Rob, my seats were so high up that by the time I saw you guys, right, by the time I would have gotten down, the intermission would have been over.
Oh, my.
Is he nuts or what?
I know. Everybody kept asking us all night. I thought Baba Fohai was supposed to be here.
If Baba Fohai had been there, we could have taken him over to the dinner afterwards, and he could have helped lead me around.
But he wouldn't be there for that.
No, because he's Baba Fohai.
What are you guys talking about?
I was cursing you out all night. I wish I had known you were there. I could have cursed you out to your face.
He was mentioning your name quite frequently.
But why? What did you want from me?
Things were going wrong, and I blamed you.
How could you?
Just stay around me. I'll show you a way. Right? Didn't I blame Baba Fohai?
For everything that happened.
From where I was standing, it looked like you were dressed very nice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He liked you.
I couldn't tell, but it looked good.
Anyway, so I finally get into the Rainforest concert. And you know how people like to have a little power trip? Because I'm a half hour late. So I walk up and the usher's there, and he says, you can't go in this door because Elton John's in the middle of a song, and you can't go in. And we can't. I said, what?
Yeah, they do that. It's like church. There's something going on. You can't come in.
I said, schmuckalele, just put me in the room. Don't worry, I'll get in there. I said, what's the matter with you? Open the door. I got a whole scene going on out here.
They would know. I mean, these are the outside doors?
Yeah, this is the outside usher at the outside to the concert. So then I walk around to the other side. Girl lets me right in.
Oh, boy.
I was the only person waiting. It was so late into the concert at this point.
Yeah, nobody else was coming in.
So she let me right in. It was a guy. You know, a girl doesn't have a big ego. Guys, right away, they're going to show you
that they're in charge.
Yeah, they're in charge.
That's the one thing that guy can control in the whole place.
Yeah.
He can actually keep you from sitting.
I said, I believe Elton John has played in enough concerts where people walk in during it.
It won't shake him.
I don't think it's going to shake him. You know?
You were constantly doing things during Elton John.
I said, if something's going to shake him, man, it would have shook him years ago when the first time a guy tried to give him some painful sex. You know what I mean? That would shake you. If that hasn't shook you, nothing's going to shake you. The man's a bald homosexual, used to wear a duck outfit on stage. You tell me how you're going to shake him up.
The sight of you.
The sight of me is going to shake him up.
He ran around in a duck outfit.
Eventually, I end up in my seats, which was next to Rob, and we were in the second row, so you're right up in front of all these artists, which is real intimidating because a lot of them you made fun of. You don't have to hate you. You don't want them to see you, so that they'll start yelling at you from the stage. I was really nervous about that.
Do you think Elton recognized you?
Well, I think Elton likes us, doesn't he?
Well,
I don't know.
That was 8 years ago we had him on the show, but we said a lot of...
He might have still been under those drugs at the time.
He liked us when he did your national show, but you said a lot of things about him since then.
Yeah, I said a lot of good things about him. Talk about how talented he is. I don't think I say negative things about Elton. Do I? What's that dopey look on your face? If you have a story, say it.
Didn't we run a song about him once? I don't want to wear a dress no more. Stuff like that.
What was that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you wrote a song like that.
No, we ran it. We recorded it and ran it.
I don't want to wear a dress no more?
Yes.
Is that right, Fred? Do you recall a song like that? Baba Booey might be working on a different show.
No, we're working on this show.
We may have recorded, but I don't think we ever played it.
Oh, in Baba Booey's mind we did.
I don't know anything
I don't know about anything about it either, but Baba Booey creates enemies for me.
But I don't think Elton John remembers us for...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't think he's spending his day worrying about me. I was thinking more like Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that's because Sting said something about you just before he introduced her.
I was real nervous that she started yelling at me or something.
And I thought that could be problem.
Because we were making fun of her speeches at the...
Well, I always think of that thing where Elton John yelled at Sam Kinison and called him a pig in front of everybody. Like, that could happen.
Yeah, who wants that? You don't want to be yelled at by someone on the stage. So I don't like go. So I said to my wife, I don't want... They were having a dinner afterwards. I said, I don't want to go to the dinner afterwards and meet celebrities I've made fun of.
Come on, that's always fun.
That's always fun.
I like you in those situations.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. But anyway, boy, is it hot in here, isn't it?
You want me to lower it?
How come you're impervious to the elements?
It's just, I'm not hot.
I mean, I've never seen it go. Those lips, I think, keep you insulated.
You're hot.
And the look he gives me when I go, hey, it's hot in here.
I'm not hot.
It's like this. It's like this. Look at this, Rob. This is the look he gives me.
I'm not hot. I apologize.
like a jungle animal.
You can't understand why everyone doesn't feel like you.
No, it's just the looks you give me. It's just.
We don't go. Yeah, I'm hot.
Yeah, make something happen.
Sweltering.
It just fix it. Like Artie on Gary Shandling's show. Fix it for me. Miss me, Gary?
Even a little.
Not even. Yeah, there he goes.
Is he leaving?
Yeah, he's out.
He doesn't even want to talk about the concert?
No. Chased him out of the room. Made him cry.
Oh, boy.
His teeth are like radiators. I think they give off heat.
Maybe he made you hot.
His teeth made me hot. I swear now, it's cooler in here since he left.
They're like heat tiles.
It's a space shuttle. That's the same.
Heat tiles. So anyway, I really want to get through this because there's so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about today. So much nonsense to get to. So, my wife and I had been fighting, so we sit down at Rainforest concert, and I was really shocked how good it was.
Yeah.
Because...
when you heard the lineup, you were like, ugh.
Yeah, but like Elton John was good, James Taylor was always good, and Sting was good, and even like Luciano Pavarotti. Luci Pavarotti, that big fat opera star, he was kind of good too in a way.
And he lost some weight.
Yeah. Although his pants were all crumpled up.
Yeah.
Fatarati. And Tammy Wynette was even good when she sang Stand By Your Man. It was kind of cool. But to me, the USA Today grabbed me as I was coming out of the concert. They said, what was the highlight? And I said, the highlight was Aaron Neville singing Ave Maria.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds real lame, but it was cool. I was really shocked how cool. I would actually go next year to that concert, and I would bring my kids.
It's an incredible event.
Yeah, it was really very, very cool.
They really work hard on it.
And they raised like $1 million for the rainforest, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that, I guess. I mean, how can you be against a rainforest? I'm for that. And it was a pretty serious evening. It was like very emotional. I don't know. Did you find that? Or maybe it's because I was fighting with my wife.
Maybe you were emotional.
I felt every song made me feel bad that we were fighting before. You know.
I was just enjoying myself. I wasn't emotional.
Yeah, I was.
I thought it was beautiful.
Did Robin have a date, huh?
Yeah. She had a nice looking girl with her. Really cute. Big cleavage.
Oh, she did? I didn't notice.
I had my ass cleavage showing. Did you notice?
No.
I wore some low-cut pants so you could see my cheek, the top of my cheek. Yeah, I was showing cleavage, too. I get jealous of you girls. So I was showing a little ass cleavage.
All right.
Yeah. Girls dig that. My TV repairman used to have a lot of ass cleavage, so I always...
Still does.
Yeah, still does. I was walking around backwards so people would see it. It was a low-cut, scooped Calvin Klein top.
Well, now when I get dressed for events like that, I do think of the top I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Good idea. Seeing how most of yours are see-through. There was a girl at the Rainforest concert. My wife goes, boy, there were a lot of girls parading themselves in front of you.
Yeah. Little parade going on.
I said, yeah.
Like Easter.
She goes, did you notice? I go, well, absolutely not. My eyes are on one girl only. That was Robin with that cleavage. So, and then at the end, Sting's wife, Trudy, who's a little piece of ass. She's no spring chicken, by the way. She's not a young woman. But she came out in she had dyed her hair real blonde.
Yes.
She's so lively.
She looked like Jeannie, didn't she?
She looked like
Jeannie hairdo.
She looked like I Dream. And Sting's wife, she's not like a real young woman, but there's something about her that turns me on. She was wearing like this...
She's so perky.
But she was wearing a gown that had like no bra, and she had like... It had such a low-cut back that you could see ass cleavage.
Oh, Jesus.
You could see her ass. You know what I'm talking about? No bra.
The small of the back.
The small of the back.
Oh.
So later on, I go over to this Waldorf Astoria. I walk in to say, hello to Sting and his wife, since they're the only two celebrities that actually talk to me. And I when she came over to me, I slipped my hand around the small of her back, underneath the dress.
You don't know how she got there, do you?
Who? Trudy? No.
I went and got her.
Oh, is that how she got there?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
I said, he's out the door. Let me go get these two so they can come over and see that he actually did come and say hello.
Yeah, because I was leaving.
She was standing there with her arms around Ron Perlman, who is like one of the major benefactors
of Revlon?
Of the concert.
Yeah.
And the Rainforest Foundation. And I just yanked her right away from her.
Oh, did you?
I just said, Trudy, get over here. And then Sting popped out of his chair and followed her.
You're damn right. Oh, I'm going to be governor of New York.
So they came to you.
Oh, good. Yeah, because
I knew you would never walk over there.
They have this wacky dinner afterwards where you end up at a dinner with the whole audience. And you know what? The audience...
Not the whole audience, but Baba Fohai.
Yeah, right. Well, it was a lot of audience there. And, like, they sit you at a table. And suddenly I go, wow, this is going to be good. I'll be sitting with a bunch of famous people like Sting and Trudy and Dionne Warwick. What's her name? Not Dionne Warwick. Whitney Houston. I said, whatever. Same difference. So anyway.
Well, they are related.
They are. So I sit down. at the table. And what celebrities am I sitting with? I'm sitting with Ron Delsener, the rock promoter.
Oh, jeez.
Who you don't want to be sitting next to anytime.
On the subway, you don't want to.
Oh, really? Exactly. Now I've paid money to go sit next to Ron Delsener, who's sitting there making jokes. Hey, you still on the radio? You know? Ron Delsener and his valet, Farid. So I'm sitting at a table with him and a bunch of other people I don't even know who they are.
One guy was the head of Madison Square Garden.
Oh, yeah? I mean, I didn't know who any of those people were.
One guy was Ron's partner, Mitch.
Yeah, and they were all full of themselves. all big time players. So, I don't know. Then Trudy, Sting's wife, came over to me, which was good. Thank God. I didn't know you got her. That's even more embarrassing. I thought she came over to say hi.
She had just gotten there when she walked in the room. That's when I went and grabbed her. She didn't have time to see who was there.
So I said to Robin, let's go over in my car. We'll go over to the Waldorf Astoria. So Robin and I and my wife and her girlfriend there.
This was funny.
Her assistant.
No, not her assistant. A friend.
Oh. And
no, she's not a lesbian. Everyone thinks you're a lesbian because you go to places with girls. Are you a lesbian, Robin?
No.
All right.
But does it matter?
To me, it does. So sure, of course it does. Of course it matters. Doesn't matter. Changes everything. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I like when gay people go, does it matter if I'm gay or straight? Yeah, it matters. Of course it matters. It changes the whole thing.
Why? Because you're not going to be in my bedroom anyway.
No, I don't know. It just changes everything.
Straight or gay.
Yeah, well, we like to know what's going on.
You have no idea how much time we spend in your bedroom.
So anyway, the point is that we end up. Of course, I can't go out the regular doors because there's too many people there.
Of course not.
Right.
Everybody's already gone. We sat there and waited till the whole place is empty.
So we leave out a side door, and we're on the side door. I walk out, and what happened? 30,000 people, photographers and everything, jump all over me, and now I have no car to go to.
But not only that, homeless people are jumping.
Well, wait a second. You're jumping ahead. So anyway, I walk out of the side of the building, out of this building, and all of a sudden, there's like photographers and movie cameras. And I go, hey, everybody, how you doing? And then all of a sudden, I realize I don't have a car, so I'm walking down the street, and they're all following me down the street. This is so embarrassing. You have no idea. So I'm walking, and no one's leaving. They're all following me. So finally, someone grabs my hand to take me out of there. I turn around. Guess who it is? It's Aqualung, that homeless guy.
Oh.
He holds my hand. He's taking me down the street. He goes, don't worry, walk this way, walk this way. I go, I'm walking with a homeless man here. I really am running for governor. You know that guy Aqualung?
He was right there.
He's always there.
Those photographers are usually so vicious, you got to fight your way.
Well, it wasn't a lot of them. It was just, they were very persistent.
Yeah, they were persistent. So finally, Robin and I duck into a hotel. We begged the guy to use the phone. What hotel was that?
That was the Parker Meridian.
Yeah, they were nice people over there. Let us use the phone. We get the car over there. We get out. We go over to the Waldorf Astoria. I don't know. It was just bizarre. It was just weird. Hey, do we have a tape of that concert?
No.
Didn't K-Rock tape that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Because I'd like to listen back to Aaron Neville sing Ave Maria because I'd like to know if it was really that good or was just because I was emotional.
Incredible.
That guy's good. We had a funny song about Aaron Neville. Aaron Neville up close. I never was up close to that guy, but he's got that huge birthmark over his eye.
Did you notice the tattoo?
No.
I was sitting there wondering if, because we were sitting in, we were so close you could almost only see one side of a person's face.
What's the tattoo?
I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but he has a tattoo
on his face.
Yeah, and he's got this big thing right here
on his eye.
Yeah,
he's got a big birthmark.
He doesn't need anything else on his face.
Yeah,
maybe he's trying to take attention away from that.
But wouldn't you have that removed?
I think either you'd have that removed or you wouldn't put something else on your face.
Maybe the tattoo says, ignore my blotch over my eye. Yeah.
We don't have a tape of it, and you're not crazy. It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
It looks like somebody put a cigar out on his forehead.
Yeah, I know. What's that song about the thing on his head?
There's a song?
Yeah, you know that guy who used to work for DeBella, Pat Godwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he sent me over his song because, he works with us.
Oh.
Yeah. All the DeBella's people left him. And it turns out Pat's really a talented guy. It's just that DeBella
didn't know how to use him.
He didn't know how to use him again.
Oh, boy.
DeBella ruined his creativity, but now it's coming back slowly. So Pat wrote a song called What Is That Thing on Aaron Neville's Face?
To Ave Maria?
No, not to Ave Maria.
Good, okay.
Have a big birthmark.
Have a big birthmark.
God, I love his singing, vibrato so refined. And man, I dig that Cajun beat, it nearly drives me out of my mind. But when I see him on the TV, something's out of place. What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? Is it a mole or a tumor or a milk that he misplaced? Like a little desert island, the black hole up on his face. What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? I wish I was half as successful or had a quarter of his cash. Cause you gotta know he's got the bucks to take care of that funky rash. And I hope he never hears this or he'll put me in my place. What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? Come on, everybody. What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? As he's singing to Linda Ronstadt, she's staring out his face. As she looks him in the eyes, she's gonna lose her place. What is that thing on Aaron Neville's face? Yes, what is that thing on Aaron Neville's face?
Good job, Pat.
Wow.
Pat Godwin and...
What is that thing?
What is that thing on Aaron Neville's head? It turns out I never knew Pat was talented because I guess when DeBella sucked the creativity out of his life.
He was in shock.
He was
He's
in
not
shock.
coming out of it.
But he's good.
Pat also has records available in record stores.
Is that right?
To mention that when we play.
Okay.
But it's interesting. I've often thought of that thing on Aaron Neville's face.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, there must be some kind of, like, blood circulatory thing. You can't take it off.
Yeah, like maybe it's another person. It's like that Chinese guy with a head growing out of his cheek.
Yeah, that talks when he talks.
Yeah. Aang. Remember that guy's name was Aang. We don't even know his name.
You can't cut them apart because they share a vital organ.
Right. We saw him on TV, too. You know, that's the kind of thing you see in the Inquirer and you didn't believe.
Right, but that was on that. That's incredible.
Yeah. Guy came out. It was a Chinese guy, and he had another Chinese guy growing out of his cheek.
Chang and Aang.
Chang and Aang.
That's right. They gave the thing a name.
And he had big teeth like Gary. I'm talking about the thing in his cheek.
Practically all he had was teeth.
Yeah, teeth and mustache.
Do you think there's any chance that...
And that little thing growing out of his head was so proud of his mustache.
Do you think there's any chance that Aaron Neville could get that thing removed and just doesn't want to?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
He would have had that removed.
Yeah.
How come no one's ever interviewed him about that?
People are afraid to ask. You know, it's the kind of thing you're afraid to bring it up.
Yeah, when you're looking at something like that, you just don't say, what is that?
You know what? If you ever get him in here, I'll ask him about it.
Sure you will. Oh, no, you won't.
Hey, was that a milk dud on your head?
Well, you asked that other guy, you asked John Boy Walton about that thing on his face.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It was the first question I asked him when I met him. Never came back again.
Nowhere near it.
John Boy Walton. I was at NBC. It was 10 years ago, and the guy walks in, and he has that huge thing, hair growing out of it, on his cheek. And I said, what is that thing on your face? Yeah, I said, can you do something with that? And he got insulted. Yeah. I tried to smack it off him, but he got insulted. I said, come here, let me smack your head.
Something on your face.
Yeah, there's some dirt on your face. What is that thing on John Boy Walton's face?
I think that ruined his career.
Yeah, it certainly did. It typecast him. He could play Chang from China.
Paint a face.
That's a duty stain. So anyway, that's what it might be. What if Aaron Neville had a duty stain on his face? But I never realized how talented that guy is.
Oh, stop. You never?
No, never. I never considered his career before. I'm being honest. Like you did.
He has a great voice.
No, his voice is incredible.
You got all his records, sure.
No, I don't have any.
Right. You never considered it either.
I have two.
His voice
Do you?
is incredible.
Good. Yeah, everyone's considering his career. That's why he hasn't sold 3 records.
He had a lot of nice jewelry on.
He certainly did. He must be making money somewhere.
But the birthmark and the tattoo, why is he messing with his face?
I don't know. Well, we'll go try and get him in here and see if we can't find out the answer. It'll be a 5-minute interview.
All boiled question.
It's weird, too. That birthmark is the size of a CD player.
It's the size of some people's head.
Yeah. It's huge. So anyway, he was real good, and then...
Whitney, of course, was incredible.
She's really pretty. God. Up close, she is so pretty.
Was she as thin as she looked? I mean, she looked like ridiculously thin.
Yeah, but that looked good. I love skinny girls like that with a nice, tight
Her feet
ass.
couldn't even move. She was so skinny.
Oh, she had a nice dress on. And she was up close, man. I could see why people are so excited by her, man. I'd love to do her. Man, the whole time I'm sitting there going, oh, man, just to have sex with her. That would be great.
She's cute up close, huh?
Yeah,
you always wonder. Cause
but don't you think, didn't you, when you're sitting there looking at her, and she's sweating like that just from singing.
Yeah.
Don't you imagine?
How she'd be in the rack? Oh, yeah. No, she'd probably wouldn't sweat at all with me. She'd probably be relaxed. When are we going to get started? You're finished. Started.
No sweating at all?
Hey, anybody watch a movie on HBO last night with... this blonde...
and the guy from La Bamba.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch that?
When he tied her up?
Man.
I only saw a second of that. That was good?
You should have stayed with it.
That was good?
Great sex
I haven't seen the last half hour because I went to bed, but I taped it.
Did you see the previews? The previews made it look horrible.
Was that a made-for-HBO movie? Lou Diamond Phillips wrote it. There was so much sex going on last night. I actually pleasured myself to TV on HBO last night.
Was that the one? Did that have that Jennifer Tilly in it?
I don't know who the blonde was. It was about this blonde radio therapist who is like really open sexually, and she falls into Lou Diamond Phillips' clutches, and he's a con man.
Oh.
And they're having sex every other scene, and she's ripping her top off. She didn't have good breasts, but but she had nice legs and everything. She had really weak breasts.
Very weak.
Yeah, breast implant time on those.
Well, you would think that if they were going to do a whole movie where they were going to feature her breasts, they would have gotten somebody...
good breasts.
Yeah, stunt breasts at least. So, but she was cute anyway. You didn't care.
Well, you know what? Now that you're talking about breasts, that movie Threesome.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Yeah.
There was a scene with a girl in that movie before he's getting it on with Lara Flynn Boyle.
Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin takes this one girl to bed.
Yeah.
And that was such an obvious breast implant. I thought, couldn't you get a girl with a good breast?
No, the point was that he would date girls with breast implants.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought?
Yeah.
Of course.
Ugh.
Anyway, the point is, I'm watching this movie on HBO last night, and it was really good. I mean, I don't know the ending of it yet because I haven't watched the end, but...
Were you taping?
Yeah, I taped the end.
Wow. That good, huh?
Yeah, well, it was because of the sex. Every other scene, Lou Diamond Phillips is an ugly guy. I mean, he looks like an ugly Chinaman.
He's a funny-looking guy. He almost is good-looking, but something goes wrong.
Yeah, he's got a really odd face. And this woman...
nationalities.
Yeah, he's confused. He's half Indian, half Chinese, half everything.
He teeters too much towards Mongoloid.
Yeah, he's almost Mongoloid. Lou Diamond Phillips is an ugly son of a bitch. And it's funny because he's playing this super stud because he wrote the movie, so he got, it's the only way he's going to get cast in it.
Who else is going to write that for him?
Yeah, he's good for playing like Indian rock stars. Or Chinese or Mexican or something. What did he play? Mexican. Is that what he is? Mexican?
Yeah.
You can't even figure out what he is.
Is he Mexican?
I think so, yeah.
His face takes on more shapes.
Very angular.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
you know what?
his makeup man is lucky. He has 19 colors to use.
What in the world is that 8-sided thing called? Because that's what his face reminds me of. It's like...
It's an octagon. He's got bumps on his face. He's an ugly son of a bitch.
Bizarro Man.
Yeah, he's Bizarro Man.
It's like Max Headroom.
But this blonde falls in love with him. He's handcuffing her to the bed, and he's throwing lesbians in handcuffs into bed with her, and they're naked, and they're getting it on. It was almost X-rated.
Lesbians, too?
Yeah, it was X-rated, I think.
I turned it on for 10 minutes, and I saw the girl there stripping for him.
Yeah.
And then he asked her to beg for sex.
Yeah.
After he tied her up, which she did.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
and then showed, them doing it.
Yeah, that was
but
great.
The only thing that was gross was, didn't when they did that shot through the window, don't you, like, when you don't want to see Lou Diamond's butt.
I know, that was sick. His buttocks.
It's angular.
And he's taking a shower, and you can see his genitals in the shower.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, when I turned it on, they were talking, so I immediately switched.
Oh, no, it was good. It was kind of cool. But, what's weird, too, is like, there's so much promiscuity on TV and radio now. The idea that the government is now going after me with a vengeance is so ridiculous.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it really is. I was reading an article while we were away on vacation. One of the stations aired a Pearl Jam concert. And Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, was cursing like a drunken fisherman. Every other word was the F word. On radio. It was live radio. What are you going to do? It happened. Guess what? They re-aired it with the curse words.
Everything there?
With all curse words. Now, I have no problem with any of that. It's just that how can you go after me? What I'm doing is 50 times tamer than that. I'm not using the F word. But I mean swearing like a sailor, and no problem.
And teenagers wouldn't be listening to that.
No, not at night. You know what's so...
Pearl Jam? What would they listen to?
No teenagers listening. You know what's ludicrous about all of this? And I hate to use the word ludicrous because I always think I sound like Mike Tyson. But this is ludicrous. That was the one big word he knew. He was always working it into sentences.
Everything was ludicrous with Mike.
This is the most ludicrous day of my life.
It was a ludicrous night.
Ludicrous Diamond Phillips. It was very good. Everything was ludicrous with him. Every other sentence, ludicrous.
It was ludicrous for him to try to hit me.
I said, it's ludicrous to believe that a man as smart as myself had to be a boxer.
I would take a girl to a room and rape her. That's ludicrous.
That's ludicrous. Yeah, sure. Try using a new big word. So,
he just flunked his GED in jail after bragging about reading Tolstoy.
Yeah, well, he flunked the math part.
His English was fine.
His English was fine. So anyway, ludicrous was one of the words he had. It was a jumbo word. He had unscrambled ludicrous. So anyway, what was I talking about?
You were talking about Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam. So they were using all these dirty words. It's really weird, too, because what the FCC is saying is, well, Howard Stern is on in the morning. If he was on at night, we wouldn't care. And I go, wait a second. Nighttime, all you have to do is open a ratings book. Anyone in the industry will tell you the only time teenagers are listening to the radio unattended is at night. The only people listening to radio at night are teenagers. Most adults are watching television or doing something else with their time, like tending to their children. It is mostly teenage audience. Take a look at the ratings.
So they don't care what kids listen to.
Well, they're certainly misguided. In the morning hours, your kids are...
Everybody's together.
Supervised. It's the only time they're supervised. Well, anyway, I don't know. We have so many problems with the government, I can't even begin to tell you. That's why I'm leaving the radio in a year and a half, and I really am leaving. Don't.
That's the guy we're forgetting from the Rainforest concert, that Larry Adler guy. The guy with the harmonica.
Yeah, well, please. Robin, nobody cares about him.
You don't like him?
It's not a question of whether I'm trying to reach a mass appeal audience here. I'm talking about a guy on a harmonica. Anyway, yeah, let's do a couple of minutes on him.
No, the point was that they threw him out of the country. He was blacklisted in the 50s for something stupid, and that's as crazy as this country gets sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I got to take a break. Let me take a break. I keep losing my place. There was something I wanted to tell you about, but I can't remember what it was. Something happened on vacation, but I can't. Yeah. Screw it. I'll take some phone calls next.
You want to talk about Jackie Mason?
What?
I got a comedian in the waiting room who already did a Nirvana song parody. If you're interested.
Yeah, is that right?
A comedian?
Who?
Nobody we know.
Oh, just some guy?
Just some guy.
Yeah, we went to see Jackie Mason. He was real good. He was real funny.
Yeah.
Robin and I went. We had a lot of fun. You know, you look at him and you go, Jackie Mason. He's not going to make me laugh. And then he does.
Oh, he hurts you.
Yeah, he's real good. It's a good show.
Politically incorrect.
Yeah. It's got a crummy name, too. It's not even a good name, Politically Incorrect. Right?
Nah, because it's so overused these days.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. The show itself is real funny.
The best thing about it, after the show, Jackie does this whole thing on Indian cab drivers.
Yeah.
The Indian cab driver picked me up.
Uh-oh. And it was all true.
Not only was it true, this Indian is telling me that, I was with a white friend.
Yeah.
And we were both waving for a cab, so he stopped for her.
Yeah.
And then we both got into the cab. Oh, that is a good tactic, he said.
Oh. Oh, man.
You should use that again.
If I'd only known, I wouldn't have stopped.
That's right, because I don't want to lose my life.
Yeah, but Jackie Mason made a good point. He says, how is it that, like, in this country, the Indians who have just come over on the boat, they all have jobs, and yet the black people and the Hispanics here can't get jobs. Like, I'm talking about, like, they've taken over these newspaper stands, they've taken over these taxi cab franchises. Why are these jobs being ignored by black people? Because the amount of unemployment in the black community is staggering. It's staggering. And these are jobs that anyone can get. If you're giving it to some Pakistani, believe me, they'll give you a job. But I know, like, black guys go, well, that's a chump job. I want to be vice president of IBM. You know what I mean? Well, you got to work your way up a little bit. That's all.
Start with a cab.
Start with a cab or 2 cabs. Before you know it, you might own a fleet of them if you really work hard at it. I'm not going to work. I was watching on the news the other night. There was a black guy. I'm not going to work for McDonald's for $4.25 an hour. I go, if I owned the McDonald's, I wouldn't hire you for $4.25 an hour with that attitude. Like this woman was acting like the job was available to her. I don't like to steer a car. Well, listen, you don't like to steer a car. What do you mean you don't like to steer a car? Who does?
It's too strenuous.
Yeah, what do you mean it's strenuous? Where is everybody? So these are, it's really funny. When we used to take the subway, Robin.
Yes.
We would pass by this magazine stand every day. And it was a Chinaman or something. I didn't know what he was. It was like a Lou Diamond Phillips. You couldn't tell what he was.
Too many nationalities.
All different nationalities in one. He was working, Incan, the lost Mayan tribes. So this guy is standing there in this magazine stand, old guy, and he's working the magazine stand. One day you see, he's not there anymore, because we used to pick up our newspapers. One day you see he's not there anymore, and who has taken his place? But another weird color man. Not a black guy, not a Puerto Rican, but a guy like a Pakistani or something. Now, you say to yourself, here it is, this was a black community. You would see along these subway stops, a black community. Why isn't a black guy taking over a magazine stand? It's not It's not a difficult thing to put together. You buy a few magazines and you sell them to people. All right, it's not the greatest job. It's not the kind of job that gets you girls in a bar. Yeah, I got a couple of magazine stands. But it puts bread on the table and it gets you involved in a business. You know, and even the Chinese, they come over here right away. They grab jobs, constant jobs. Dishwashing, whatever the hell it is, they're all involved. They're all working. They're all industrious. 24 hours a day, they're busy.
Yeah, but the one black person who's working, the Indian guy, says I wouldn't want to pick you up.
No, of course not. Because look what's going on.
A black woman, Howard? Come on.
Oh, black women sometimes are better fighters than the men. Listen, I grew up in Roosevelt. There were street tough guys who would not go near the women because they fight like mental patients.
I look like a real dangerous person.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know you, so you don't look dangerous, but you could look dangerous. You could, right? With the braids and the whole thing.
Oh, boy.
You look angry sometimes. You look hostile.
Be that way. Huh? Then I'll act dangerous.
Sometimes you put on that black leather coat. You know what I mean?
And you don't always walk with a smile, Rob.
That's right.
Oh, I got a grin.
Yeah. Grin and tap dance. Because no one knows what's going on.
Get out of the way.
That's right.
That's right.
Black rage.
Black rage. That's what's about to erupt in here.
A lot of black rage.
I'll do a Colin Ferguson on you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Are we the white devils?
How many devils I have in here this morning?
I'm not sure
I
if you...
can only get 5.
Jerry, I'm not sure if you're a white devil. You look... He doesn't even look white.
Gary's questionable.
Wait, you don't even look white, man.
I know.
Missing link to
When I first hired you...
You thought I was Spanish.
I did. I didn't know what you were.
We were filling an affirmative action slot.
That's why we called you back for a second interview. I couldn't figure out what you were. God, you look funny. You look more funny than ever. The thick, burly eyebrow. And then he's got... His hair in the front is short, but it almost reaches his eyebrows. It's almost...
Well, they're
there's
growing
no skin.
together.
Yeah, his hairline and his eyebrows are meeting. Seriously, you have...
I can't... I'm very...
When you raise your eyebrows like that, they get lost in your hair.
I'm very hairy.
He does shave that little portion right in between.
No, I don't. Not
and then
anymore.
he's got those real thick eyebrows and the thick mustache and then the thick hair and then the thick teeth and the thick lips.
Is there anything on me thin?
You have a thin chin.
It's unbelievable what's going on.
Come on.
No. That's enough. Come on, I missed
So
it.
I could get 4 devils and an undetermined.
Yeah.
A TBA minority.
What else did I want to tell you about? Oh, this Kurt Kaboom?
Yes.
Kurt No Brain? Kurt No Brain, everyone is saying. Too bad, man. That guy was good. Now, that guy was good. Yeah, I want to make a eulogy next. I'm going to do a eulogy.
Could you get some of his music and explain it to him? Tell me the stuff that said he was going to kill him.
Oh, yeah, there's a song that actually says I'm going to take a gun and put it in my mouth and shoot myself.
All right, so give me that song coming up.
So we'll take a break. Mr. Sinatra, you knew Kurt...
I was not a fan.
Excuse me? I can't hear you.
I says I was not a fan.
Oh,
We
wait.
still can't hear you.
Say it again?
I says I was not a fan.
You were not a fan of Kurt Cobain?
No, Kurt Kaboom. Oh.
All right, thank you.
That's the kid that wore the dresses.
Right, he did wear a dress, that's right.
Yeah, he liked that.
Yeah.
I do that now and then.
All right.
I forget, I'm old.
All right, very good. We'll take a break and we'll be back right after these words.
Yeah.
The Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Jackie Platinum Joke Page Martling to order Jackie's new comedy CD, also available on cassette, only $10 plus free shipping and handling. Call 1-800-323-5464 this Saturday, April 16th. One big show at Club Benet in Sayreville, New Jersey. For information, call 516-922-WINE.
Thank you, Bo.
You're welcome, Jackie. Jackie Show. Oh.
Jackie.
Jackie Show.
One big show.
Wow.
A middle and an end. Oh, I missed you. Show.
Oh, I just got so aroused.
By that sound?
No, it's my pants. I'm wearing blue pants today, but they're not jeans and they're a little bit baggy. And then I was like rubbing up against this piece of wood. Now I'm like, whoa, I'm ready for sex. Anybody available?
It's a long week, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. No naked girls for a whole week.
Did you have a lot of sex on your video?
No, I got it twice, though. I got to admit, that was pretty good.
In between fights?
Yeah, no, we only fought once.
You said you fought a lot. I can only go by what you say.
All right, we fought a little bit. It's hard to have me home for a week. My wife says, I'm not an easy man to live with.
None of us.
She goes, you're not easy to live with. You're not. I said, well, believe me, you don't know what else is out there. I saw who you were dating before me. There's a lot worse. At least I'm not depressed like Kurt Cobain.
Oh.
Well, you know what it would be like to live around him, all depressed.
Jackie finds it funny.
There was something funny about him blowing his brains out, wasn't there? I mean, like, here's a guy... Shut up, will you? Here's a guy you figure has everything. Not only was he handsome as a devil...
You thought he was handsome?
Oh, yeah. Why do you think I'm aroused? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cobain got you.
Yeah. Oh, he was very handsome.
I'm looking at him.
Oh, no. Come on. That guy was a handsome guy. That was a classic, good-looking guy.
Classic.
Classic beauty. Long, blonde, sandy blonde hair with a perfect nose and a... Nice cleft in his chin.
Let me look again.
Perfect, beautiful eyes, dreamy pools of blue. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little carried away here.
He couldn't have been blonde. Look at his beard.
No, he was blonde, Robin.
Dirty blonde.
He's a redhead now.
Well, here comes a tribute.
Here comes the tribute. Hey, it's just starting.
Oh.
No, but I mean, there was something sad about it in the sense that here's a guy who has everything. Not only was he good looking, and also, you know what? He reminded me most of Sting in the sense that, you know how you hear his songs and they're raw and they're really rocking hard, but I could picture him with just like an acoustic guitar like Sting did at The Policeman's Other Ball.
Yeah.
Just playing one of those songs and they could sound really cool. Do you know what I'm saying, Fred?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Stood up.
The songs were good songs. He was a good songwriter.
Very emotional guy.
So here he is, a good songwriter, real good-looking guy. He's got a stripper wife who's a piece of ass, who probably lets him do whatever he wants. Hey, you want to shoot heroin? Go shoot heroin. You want to go have sex with other girls?
Together.
Let's do it together. Why leave me out of it? You want to have sex with other girls? Bring her into the bed with us.
She's up for anything.
Yeah. Hey, I'm having a baby. That doesn't slow me down.
Frances Bean.
Frances Bean.
Let's call her.
Whatever. That's his kid. And his wife is a rock star, too. You know, she's in a band. I just saw her new video. It was actually pretty good.
You know, she's got an album coming out on Tuesday. This is maybe he was thinking of her.
Hole. I saw the video. She's a piece of ass.
Really?
Yeah. Man,
I just keep hearing about this band. Never heard any music.
Yeah, I heard the music. It's almost identical to our husband's. It starts out, it's always like la da 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 blah, and then it goes la da 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 la 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 la. It's the same identical stuff to a T.
Okay.
But it's a girl doing it, which is okay.
I would like to hear that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video too. They'll probably have it on MTV in like a week or something. But,
well, I just thought it was odd that the guy just tried to kill himself a few weeks ago. And then people let him disappear for 6 days.
Yeah.
But he ran home. They couldn't find him?
No, what happened was, he, after he had that thing where he drank himself into a coma.
Yeah.
The record company pushed him into rehab.
Right.
And when he was in rehab, I don't know, he ran away from rehab. Rehab was voluntary. You can't, make somebody stay there.
Yeah, but he snuck out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so he left.
But he ran home. That's what I'm saying. They didn't find him somewhere else. He was at home.
Yeah, so what's your point?
He ran away to home and nobody could find him.
Yeah, he's an adult. I mean, how many people can track him down? I mean, who wants to track this guy down?
I would if I had that much money tied up in him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
It just seems to me you could look at home first if somebody's going away.
At some point, you got to either the guy's going to survive or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they even said they had assigned a whole group of record company executives to follow him around.
Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah, record company executives.
Yeah, we know some of those guys.
Yeah, we know them all right. So
they lost him.
Yeah. And I wonder why. Yeah. Like they were coherent.
Anybody seen Kurt?
No.
Okay.
What do you think we should check? Not home.
I don't know. Who's got the vacuum cleaner?
So anyway, but the guy was really good. I mean, that band was really good, Nirvana. And I know, like, a lot of people in the I'd say the 35 to 54-year-old category say, well, what was so good about them? Because now all they do is listen to Billy Joel records. I don't know what happened to people my age. I have friends, all they do is listen to old music, like Billy Joel records. It's like, dudes, you could listen to something new once in a while. It's still rock and roll. You could listen. I don't know. People our age are getting very old fast.
You're talking to Jackie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. Yeah, Jackie, God forbid, listened to some Nirvana record. Frank, did you like his music?
You know, that gunshot was more melodic than his music.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Tom Chisano to tell us he listened to Nirvana music. He wants to tell us how hip he is. There's nothing hip about you, old man.
No, as a very unhip 46-year-old, actually, I did like his music.
Yeah, well, okay, you're very hip, Tom.
No.
Right.
But, I mean, really sad about my son went to the MTV Unplugged, and said the guy was really cool when he came in. He liked Tim's hat. He took the hat.
Yeah. He took your son's hat?
Yeah. His baseball cap he had on.
He took Tim's hat?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the holes in it now?
Wasn't he wearing that?
It's now perforated.
He's got a perforated hat. He's got a big blowhole on the top of it.
Does Tim want it back?
So Tom, in a way, has had a personal interaction. I didn't realize that.
There's more to this story?
Go ahead.
They asked him for his autograph. He autographed the blue jeans that Tim's date was wearing.
No kid. Was she hot?
Yeah, you're a very pretty little girl.
Really? Yeah.
But he said it was really cool. You know, it was very nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you saying that after he met you, Tom, he killed himself? Because I've been driven to that.
You're just a stronger individual.
Yeah. I'm stronger than Kurt Cobain. I get depressed when I talk to Tom. Well, Tom, thank you for sharing that very personal story with us. All right. Now get out of here. Now go back to your hole. All right, thank you. Take it easy. Tom Chiasano, general manager of our station here in New York. Fascinating story. So Tom's son gave the hat to Kurt Cobain.
Kurt liked the hat.
And Kurt liked it. That was very cool.
That was the one he got, though.
Tom's cool. Tom has some cool hat stories.
He was really cool.
Yeah. He was a cool guy.
Thomas and Butthead.
Yeah.
As a very unhip 46-year-old, I liked his music.
I like it very much. I enjoyed the sounds of Nirvana.
He was a tortured and demented soul.
Anyway,
I didn't notice anything was wrong.
There's a dude out there, a guy named Stu, who just came in, who has already put together a Kurt Cobain song parody. So I admire the fact that he got one together so fast, so I said he could come in. I have not heard it.
This is a first.
This is a first. The guy got it together last night, I guess. This is Stu? Hi, Stu. Now, Stu, your last name is not Pitt, is it?
No.
No, okay. What is your last name?
Kamens.
Stu Kamens. And Stu, you seem like a young guy. How old are you?
26.
Are you depressed over the death of Kurt Cobain?
Oh, very. I was holding a candlelight vigil in my bathroom.
Were you really?
Yeah, all night long.
And you say that when did you get this song parody together?
Well, I started writing it right after I heard about him.
Second you heard about it, you were inspired.
You sat down.
Boom.
Well, no, I just came up with the song Heart-Shaped Box?
Yes, I do.
And it goes way, way, and for some reason I just went way, way. I blew myself away.
I
way,
see.
way.
And then the whole thing unveiled itself to you. And it was almost like God gave it to you. It wasn't like it just came out of you. You had no idea where it came from.
It was a complete lyric. You didn't really, struggle over it. It just came.
Way, way, blew myself away. Just came to you, and it was divine inspiration. It's not like it was something you had to work for. It just came into your mind.
Listen, I'm not saying it's genius, but I hadn't written anything in like 2 weeks.
All right. Hey.
And it took the death of a rock star to get me writing.
Well,
so,
at least something good came out of it.
Exactly.
All right. So you were basically a conduit for this song. It came through you, not of you.
Exactly.
Oh, all right. Now, you are also the author of other tragedy songs. Didn't you do a Ricky Nelson song way back in 1970-something or other?
Yeah, I did.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Why Couldn't My Sons Have Been on the Plane?
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Referring to the two Nelson brothers. All right.
Nelson.
That was a winner, too. Went to a mountain party. I remember that. Right into the mountain. Okay, here we go. All right. Remember that song. It was a killer. It was a killer. All right, this is Stu. This is the first time we're meeting.
It's not me singing.
Oh, this is not you singing?
No, it's not me singing. I wrote it.
All right. Now, you say Sting song on this?
Sting song on, yeah.
All right, okay.
Along with Aaron Neville and the thing on his face.
All right, here we go. Let me hear what you came up with.
Yeah! They found me in the Seattle garage. A bullet in my brain was Sailor's Lodge. Two electricians found me there that way. The king of grunge is dead, they say, they say, they say, yeah, 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 yeah. With a shotgun, blew my brains out.
All right, listen, Stu. It's nice job, Stu.
Thank you.
All right, now, Stu, what are you, a stand-up comic or something?
Yeah.
Are you really? You trying to get your start or something?
No, I'm actually working.
Are you? Where can we see you?
Boston Comedy Club and the Comic Strip. I almost opened for Jackie, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's thrilling.
He works with our old intern, Mitch.
Is that right? Very good,
Yeah,
Stu.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the song, and thanks for sharing it with us. All right. That is Stu Kamens, the comic, unveiling his new song. Wow. Clocking in with a...
Couldn't handle all that rain out in Seattle, in Seattle, in Seattle, in Seattle.
You know what it is, to a guy like Stu, who's trying so desperately to make a career, he doesn't understand the death of Kurt Cobain. Here's a guy who had all the success that Stu dreams of.
That he dreams of, yes.
And then he kills himself.
I've heard that a lot. He had everything.
That's right. What key was that, Fred? Just out of curiosity. X?
Courtney Love, she's a widow, no father to raise a kiddo.
Oh, raise the kiddo?
No father to raise the kiddo? Is that what he said? Nah, that couldn't have been. I must have misheard that.
That's genius.
'Cause I'm dead now, no one died. She can marry anybody. Yeah.
Super.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
Douche, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Wow, it's about time.
Yes.
Saturday night I was at Crickets in Norrington, and Dee Snider was there.
Yes, the legendary Dee Snider.
Yes,
still
he mentioned Howard Stern.
Now, Dee never shot himself in the head.
Right.
He was great, and he mentioned you. He said he wanted Howard Stern to be governor, and one of his roadies was wearing a Howard Stern T-shirt.
Yes.
And he said, Howard Stern, no matter how much you say that your thing is so small, you have the biggest balls.
Yes.
That's exactly what he said.
Well, he's a good man. He's a good friend, and also his new band sounds very good.
But, you know, he had two bands before him, and I'm more into rock and roll, but his music was music compared to the other guys, you know?
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, Dee has a problem. A lot of people remember him from the Twisted Sister days. He's completely changed his sound, his look, the whole thing, and now he's out there. He's presenting it to the public. He's preparing for a big comeback.
Exactly.
Oh, bless you. Excuse me.
Yes.
By the way, I should make people aware, this is Dee's agent on the phone.
Oh, hi, Mr. Agent. How you doing? I thought I saw you the other night.
No, I was saying you're the agent.
Nah, there was about 50 people in the audience. No, there was about 100 people in the audience. It was nice. It was a nice little gathering, and it was good.
Well, thank you for that call, and I'm sure Dee appreciates it.
All right.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Howard.
I like Dee. I saw a lot of these artists at the Rainforest concert. It's great to be a rock star. You get up there, you sing a little. Man, if I had a voice, it'd be the greatest. I wouldn't have to put up with...
Didn't you have that feeling?
Oh, yeah. I was jealous.
I was watching them and, man, if you could just do that.
Yeah, now that seems like a good career.
Yeah.
Getting up there, you sing. That's why I can't understand the death of this guy, Kurt Cobain. He had it all. All you have to do is go up and sing, and you get paid.
People telling him he's a genius.
Yeah, I loved it. I never
find a whole generation.
I wish someone would tell me that. You know, I'm reading in the New York Times on Sunday a glowing article about David Letterman. He's a genius. He after all, he put his mother on the air. It was genius how he's recreated himself 11:30 at night. Genius. I said, God, if I could get one of those articles.
He recreated himself.
Yeah, you have to read it. Sunday Times, front page of the Arts and Leisure section. Unbelievable. I said, my God.
Who is he now?
He's done nothing wrong.
I don't recognize him. He's so different.
Pain in the ass. I never get a nice article. I always get, he's disgusting. He's awful. He's horrible. He's ruined radio. I tell you, it's a nightmare, my press. But, listen, I go on. I can tell you, this governor thing is way out of hand, man. I tell you something, people are excited about me being the governor, and no one can stand it. Everyone's trying to treat it like a joke. They did a survey, a legitimate Harris poll. I read this over vacation.
It wasn't a Harris poll. It was some college.
No, not Quinnipiac College. That was another one.
Oh, that was another one? I didn't see the Harris poll.
It was a Harris poll.
Yeah.
And they said, well, Howard Stern so far, when we look at it, Governor Cuomo had about 60% of the vote. An unnamed Republican had about 20-something% of the vote. And Howard Stern had 9% of the vote. But they did say the following.
Okay.
Now, understand something. I'm not discouraged by the polls. Because I'll tell you why. They said 72% of the people polled did not believe I was a serious candidate. If I was a serious candidate, I then received 52% of the vote.
Wow.
Well, not in the Harris poll, in another poll.
Oh, you.
So people who think I'm serious will vote for me. Now, here's the thing. How are they going to take me seriously? I'll tell you how they're going to take me seriously when I'm on the ballot. That's all. They're going to see that I'm a serious candidate, and people...
Are you going to campaign?
Of course I'm going to campaign. Right here.
Oh.
So the point is that... Oh, please, Robin. I'm so busy. I have so many things going on. Well, I got bigger announcements coming out than just running for governor. Governor is third on my list. That's not my top priority right now, by the way.
When you left the Rainforest dinner, everybody said, I can't believe he's walking out with all the votes in this room.
Yeah. I was the governor that night. And everyone was coming up to me, thank you, Mr. Governor. Did you see that?
Yes, but they couldn't believe you're leaving while you got a constituency.
Really?
You're no politician.
You know what? I'm the best. I even tell... A reporter said to me, how's your campaign going, Mr. Governor? I said, I'll tell you how it's going. I said, it's important to me. I said, is this very important to you? I said, it's important. It's about third or fourth on my list. They said, well, how can you say that? I said, well, I'm telling you the truth. I said, my campaign is third or fourth most high priority in terms of career.
But you're serious.
I got 2 major announcements coming out. I also got the videotape that's out. That's more important. But I'm serious about being governor, too.
Even with these other major announcements, that won't get in the way of your running state government.
No. Listen, I'm not going to be barnstorming from the back of a friggin' train. I've got priorities. You should see what I got coming up. But I certainly would serve as your governor. I'll bring back the death penalty. Anyone who saw these articles in Singapore, they cane people now. There's no crime. There's nothing. You don't tell me that the death penalty is not a deterrent. It absolutely is a deterrent. We wouldn't know in this country if it's a deterrent because we hardly use it. We only use it if a guy kills like 60, 70 people. Guy goes out.
In some states.
Yeah, in some states.
Certain states.
I'm telling you, this caning is the greatest thing ever. You should see what goes on in Singapore. There's no vandalism.
People can walk the streets.
Walk the streets at 3 in the morning. There is no crime. Why? Because... they take a guy, like in the Rodney King case. Can you imagine a guy driving around drunk, what they would do to him in Singapore? You'd think that they'd sit there and reward him with millions of dollars and fire police officers?
Throw police officers in jail, Howard.
Makes me nauseous. People want the death penalty so badly. I'm going to give it to them, and that's the end of it, and that's all I'm going to say about it. That's it.
You cutting down to one issue now?
No, I have my other 2 issues. Everyone's aware of them. I don't have to beat your brains in with them. That's Singapore. They are fantastic. I don't even know where that is.
I don't know
China.
how their traffic is.
Is that China? Somewhere over there with the Chinese. Boy, they know how to do it. They beat your face with a cane until your lips look like Papafui. Your lips blow up like a bee-stung...
You're permanently scarred.
Oh, yeah. And this is America goes over there. He's vandalizing and carrying on. They got a hold of him. Now his dad's going, please don't cane my son. His son needs a caning. He needs it. For Christ's sake. Caning will be the best. He'll never do this again. He'll never act like an idiot.
He's sorry now, isn't he?
Oh, you bet he's sorry. No, he deserves his caning in the United States government. Please don't cane this kid. What do you mean? Cane him. Cane him twice. Cane him twice more. It's the greatest, this caning. And it's the same with the death penalty. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. It's the best retribution to make society feel good. After all, if someone in your family is killed, at least this murderer is gone. You see what's going on now? They got a big front page story. Not Joel Steinberg, Colin Ferguson and the other mass murderer, Joel Rifken, are busy in jail fighting each other because one is more proud of his deeds than the other.
Yet they're both pleading some kind of insanity.
Yeah. But they're both in jail saying, hey, I killed more people than you. I'm a better mass murderer. Well, let me tell you something. In my administration, you would see caning come back. I think I might even go to a fourth.
Hello?
Smack me in the back of the head, Robin. I might go to a fourth issue.
Which is?
Caning.
Oh, you want to put...
I want to bring caning to New York State.
Stockades?
You bet. I would love it. You know, and you know, it's funny.
The
people
rack.
People are talking about how terrible it is that they cane, how what a backward society. It's not a backward society. You know, we've got a society out of control. What are people afraid of? We can't even walk down the street without getting mugged and beaten. Caning. Smack them in the ankles until they dance like Jerry's kids. Smack them in the ankles. Smack them in the ankles until they dance like Jerry's kids.
Jerry's kids can't dance.
Oh, yeah, they'll dance. Oh, they can dance, but it looks peculiar.
If you cane them.
Sure they can dance.
If you cane them.
Let me remind you, 1-800-52... Well, maybe it's the wrong time to go into a plug after I do a caning.
There is no caning on the videotape.
That's right. Unfortunately, that's our next tape. You know, I'm looking in the paper at this, you know, the guy who killed himself, this singer, Kurt Cobain, who I was a big fan of. I love the sound of Nirvana, man. I love that group.
I took out the albums and listened to them after...
See, I'm the opposite of that. I don't like to listen to a guy after he dies. A lot of people I know run to the record store to buy the record.
And they do say there's been a run on the records.
But what I thought was the biggest shame of this story, here a guy, accomplished guy, kills himself and everything, had a lot to live for. I guess he just didn't see it. But now the aftermath is worse, because the first thing that happens as soon as a guy dies, they start interviewing disc jockeys. Did you see that in the paper?
Yeah.
You know, they had to find someone. They didn't know who to interview. There was no one to get... Who they get a hold of? They got a hold of our own Dave Herman and Donna Fiducia of WNEW. You remember Donna? She's in traffic. She's a traffic reporter.
Isn't she still doing traffic?
That's what I assume. They interviewed a traffic reporter. They couldn't... This is who they found. I'm surprised it's Bill Hoffman. He did the article. That's who he found to interview. I guess they're the only two they could find.
Only two home.
Let's see what Donna said. It's a shame. He created grunge. See, she don't even know. She don't know.
She doesn't know what grunge is, but she knows he created.
There wasn't a day I saw this girl without makeup on, and I mean heavy makeup. She's commenting. He created grunge, created a whole look, as well as a music style. The Beatles did that too. People would give their right arm for a life like that, said DJ Donna Fiducia. Well, that's true. Boy, there's a girl who wants to be famous in the worst way. Remember, she was acting and...
dying to be Kurt Cobain.
So she's freaking out. Remember her? She wanted to be a star very bad. Now she's a traffic girl. Traffic copter girl.
She created a whole thing.
Yeah, grunge traffic. She created a whole different style of traffic, didn't she, Robin? We know her.
Absolutely.
She was... Donna Fiducia is so grunge. We the day we got fired from NBC, Robin and I often laugh about this. You know, when I got fired from NBC, they did it like, remember the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? They did it just like that. They brought me into a room, fired me. Randy Baumgarten fired me. They brought Robin into a separate room. John Hayes fired her. And they were firing everyone that had to do something with my show.
Except for Fred.
Except for Fred. They even pulled in the traffic girl, Donna Fiducia.
She had nothing to do with us.
She had nothing to do with the show. We never even saw her. She used to do the traffic report. They fired her. She came in. She was woozy. Robin and I were okay. She was woozy. She walked in. She was wobbling.
I caught her.
And she was crying. Robin caught her. And we go, what's wrong? They fired me. I go, you.
Shocking.
That was the most shocking part of it. She goes, I don't understand. I don't even like you guys.
All we did was torture her.
I know. Every day on the air we tortured her, and she got fired. It was the greatest thing I ever saw.
We reduced her to tears quite a few times.
And we were sitting there. We said, listen, Donna, don't worry. It's no big deal. You're going to get another job. You're a big talent. Meanwhile, what?
Yeah. We're giving each other hand signals and eye signals.
Somehow she unloaded herself on NEW. I guess. They got a hold of Dave Herman. What did he say? Let's see. Disc jockey Dave Herman said he doubted Nirvana would continue as a group. Dave can't even stop a nosebleed. How's he going to know? How does he know what's going to happen with Nirvana? Dave is now commenting on Nirvana?
Yeah, he's decided they can't go on without him.
Dave had a nosebleed on the air the other day.
Did you know Dave's had 3 wives?
Oh, Dave's a hot number. Are you kidding? The girls can't keep their hands off him. He was bloodier than Kurt Cobain. That's what they should have said.
Oh.
He's leading an effigy.
This is my tribute.
Well, now Kurt's classic. We can play it.
Yep. Anyway, he says, Dave Herman of WXRK-FM said he doubted Nirvana would continue as a group because that would be like the Rolling Stones continuing without Mick Jagger. And the Doors couldn't do it without Jim Morrison. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Boy, there's an up note for the other 2 guys in the band.
Yeah. Dave Herman says you're dead, too.
Yep.
Send him a gun, Dave.
You just jump in there with Kurt. Jump in that box.
You know, the other guy who walks around all depressed with his head in his hands, you know, this Kurt Cobain, every time you saw him, he's depressed. The other guy who's always depressed is the guy from Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder. He's walking around with his head in his hands all the time.
Yeah, and can't face the audience. Remember when John told us he saw him at that concert and he turned his back to the audience?
He can't even look at the audience. He's in so much pain, he can't look at the... He's the next guy, I say. If he wants to prove he's really in pain, he should blow his head off, too.
Yeah, who's in more pain?
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, Kurt Cobain,
pain off.
He proved he's in more pain.
Who's having a harder time with this pain?
If Eddie Vedder's having such a hard time, let me see him blow his brains out. Now, that's a career move.
Yeah, he's still here on tour.
These guys, the best thing you can do is blow your brains out. Then you prove how sad you are.
Why did I have to sell 15 million albums?
I don't know. Yeah, I saw one news report. They said Kurt Cobain couldn't handle all of this success.
It was an insult that people liked him.
Yes.
He didn't like that.
Success. Pain and success.
Part of the suicide note was that he just didn't feel a thrill being in front of the audience, and he didn't feel like he thought he lost it for writing, so he had to go.
Yeah. You have to kill yourself.
He couldn't fake it.
He hated it in high school.
Hey, look, if that was the case, he didn't like high school. He had to drop out of high school. He didn't like that.
He didn't like the town he lived in.
The teacher he didn't like. The teacher, he says, would depress him.
The guys that worked were all Beavis and Buttheads.
Yeah. He was a superintendent. He was a superintendent. That's what he was. He sat there and he janitor, whatever you call that.
Superintendent?
Yeah. I don't know what you call it. In a school, he used to sweep up or something. That's what his job was. Custodian.
There you go.
There you go.
Good word.
Thank you, Fred. Thanks for the word. Let me borrow that. Now, already the guys on Wall Street have been faxing us jokes. You want to hear some of the sick jokes?
Kurt Cobain.
All right. Well, I read these. I don't approve. You know that. Why did Kurt Cobain have to blow his own head off?
Why?
Oh, no, that's no good, that one.
All right.
Some of these are really downright stupid. I want,
Oh, some of them aren't even
Some
good.
of them don't make sense.
Okay.
What was the last thing to go through Kurt Cobain's mind before he died?
A bullet.
No, his teeth. don't answer them. His teeth. Say. What was Kurt's last hit?
What?
The Pavement. You know the color of Kurt Cobain's eyes?
Oh, what?
The blue.
Blood.
One blue this way, and the other one blue that way.
People are vicious.
Oh, yeah. This is wrong. This is how some people cope.
Well, yeah, this is a way of grieving.
Good about America.
I actually read an article that said people write these jokes as a way of grieving. I go...
Yes, that's what they were saying. It's the dark, sick humor, but you can tell nobody's really happy. Nobody's really laughing.
Then we all ought to be caned, if that's the case. All right. How is Kurt Cobain like Roy Rogers?
There's a good one. How?
They both had a trigger. Why are Kurt's brains like Lionel Richie?
I don't know.
They dance on the ceiling. How are Nirvana's record sales like Kurt's brains?
I don't know.
They both went through the roof. Okay. Let's see. How does Kurt...
Oh, with a dustbuster.
With a squeegee. All right, there you go. Well, those are some of the ones that were faxed in. We did not write these. Maybe one or two of them, but... No, we did not write it.
Did you catch any of MTV's coverage of this whole thing?
Papa Flunky.
Well, no, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I put on MTV to see what they... And all I saw were girls dancing around in bikinis.
Yeah, all I saw was that on that beach stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
They went live almost immediately, probably like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They went live, and it was Kurt Loder was, sort of carrying...
Yeah, wasn't he doing something... You know what? Kurt Loder... I like Kurt Loder a lot. I think out of all the robots on MTV, he's the only one that's human.
Yeah.
Because I believe all the VJs are robots. I don't even believe that they're real people. I can't believe real people could be that goofy. But I noticed that Kurt Loder on the news now, they put him by a computer. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they make him look more like news.
He's like in a news area.
Yeah, the other day I turned on, he was on by a computer. I go, I wonder whose idea that was. He's on a computer.
They're really getting credibility with that news department now. They're taking it very seriously.
Yeah, well, anyway, so what was going on in the coverage?
Well, they had Kurt Loder on, and he was interviewing, like, a guy from Rolling Stone that interviewed, Kurt Cobain, like, 8 months ago, asking him what he thought. But then Kurt Loder was begging young children all over the country not to kill themselves.
Really?
It says if you're upset by the suicide and you're feeling suicidal, don't do it. Look what it did for Kurt Cobain. Please don't do it.
Why? It increased record sales.
Yeah. If they've got a record, it might be a good way.
Stuttering John ought to do that. If he really wants to sell some of those records and make Atlantic's... make Atlantic's record department profitable. He should do it.
And there are a few tracks they're not going to do on this album, right? They could have another EP, maybe even.
Hey, John, load up, you moron.
So then what else happened? So they ran this, I guess, for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Then I turned it on Friday night, and I saw Kurt Loder and John Norris and all these people on, and it said live, and then there was a big graphic that said recorded earlier.
John Norris is not a real person,
Oh, he isn't?
He's a robot. I know him. He's like Heine from Maxwell Smart. We know him. Isn't he a robot?
He was never very animated.
No, he's not human.
So why would they make a robot with a big gap in his teeth?
To make him look more human.
Yeah, so you'd be fooled. Silly.
So they played it all night on Friday night, and then on Sunday you turned it on. They kept rebroadcasting that same 3-hour piece.
Yeah.
Followed by Nirvana's Unplugged and a bunch of videos.
Well, I bet he saved a lot of lives going on and telling the kids not to kill themselves.
Well, I understand they were doing that on radio stations, too. They kept broadcasting the suicide hotline numbers.
Yeah.
And they said that all the suicide hotline numbers were just overwhelmed with calls.
Yeah, but that was...
And now the suicide hotline people need therapy because they took too many suicide calls.
Oh, even the suicide people are feeling suicidal.
They're suicidal now.
That's pretty... The counselors are now suicidal, advising suicidal people.
Hi, this is radio station. This is the zoo, and we're recommending today that people not kill themselves. So please give a call to your local suicide hotline if you're feeling real suicidal. Hey, thanks, man. I hope I don't sound too jive. I hope I sound sincere.
Yeah, they say they usually take 3 suicide calls a night or something, and they were getting 8 to 150 calls, and it really overwhelmed the people on the line.
We want to remind some of our young listeners out there who might just get their driver's permit not to drive off a cliff because of the Kurt Cobain suicide. Okay, coming in at number 20 now.
Could you tell me, though, who are those people who immediately go to the person's house and start crying outside?
That's cool. Like mental patients. Yeah, I know, and you see them on the news. They're already out in front of the guy's house in Seattle crying. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's almost like when it's like vultures. You always wonder, how do they get there so fast over the carcass?
There's already somebody out there crying.
Yeah, give them guns.
Well, Kurt Loder said, if you're feeling suicidal, call your...
Yeah, what do you do?
Call your local suicide hotline.
Yeah, but did he realize that they are suicidal as well?
If it's an emergency, call 911.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the cops aren't busy enough.
Yeah. I told you what happened when I called about my purse. Don't call
Call 911. You guys are... those guys are...
Myself.
Yeah.
You haven't got the balls.
Call back in 15 minutes.
They always want a sympathetic word on those lines.
Yeah, those guys are trained.
Yeah, they're trained to handle you.
Well, let me tell you how to do it. Don't miss.
Yeah, it'll be messy. Wow. Anyway. Hey, where is Stuttering John? Did he make that video?
Yeah, he's in
When is that
office.
going to be on MTV? Is it done? When am I going to see it?
We saw a rough cut of it over the weekend.
Is
you
that
saw
right?
it? Yeah? Is it good?
I think it's great.
Yeah? Well, we'll see.
Very funny, good performance.
You know what's going to be funny? If John's record actually becomes a hit, I'll have a rock star get me potatoes every morning. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, John, what are you going to do if your record actually should hit?
Jackie saw the video, too. I'm going to bring it in for you, too.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Why do I never see these things?
No. What do you mean?
What? Where is the video? Where is it now?
It's on my palm. I was going to bring it in this morning, but
yeah, let me see that.
Okay, but it's it's the first cut. So
did Sting do it?
Yeah.
He's in it?
Yeah, he's in it. He's great.
Is he good in it?
Yeah, he's really good.
Gene Simmons, Nuno from Extreme.
Yeah.
Who was Whitney Houston's guitar player the other night, if you read your program.
No, I didn't. I didn't read the program.
And Gilbert Gottfried, and Grandpa Al Lewis, and Barry Williams, who's Greg Brady.
Yeah. So you got all those guys audition for you in the video?
Yeah, Gene Simmons is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And go ahead.
And Melrose Larry and Kenneth T. Kallenbach.
Oh, are they in that?
Yeah, well, they came to audition, yeah.
So if your record actually hits, what are you going to do? Are you going to still be my intern? Because won't it be embarrassing for a big rock star to be getting me food in the morning and stuff?
You know.
But wouldn't that be cool in today's day and age? Instead of being a rock star, you're still getting coffee?
Yeah, that'll keep your credibility going.
You won't have to kill yourself, man.
You can blow your brains out. Would you blow your brains out if you were the guy in Nirvana? No way, right?
No, I don't think so. But
Wait a minute. This is the guy who constantly tells me he's thinking of going on Prozac because he gets all depressed.
Oh, you too now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you have. Tell the truth.
You know, Robin,
now you're going on.
It's amazing to me how you bend the story around.
What is the story?
All I said
Are you depressed now too?
All I said was Prozac.
Did you call the suicide?
Prozac makes you do better at what you do. And that's all I said.
Yeah, it enhances.
Yeah, like your golf better on Prozac. And that's all I said.
Did you ever tell me you're constantly depressed?
No.
John.
I said I was constantly depressed. Maybe I don't remember ever telling you.
What are you depressed about?
I don't know what she's talking about.
You got a great life.
I'm in
tell
shock.
me this constantly.
You do nothing all day.
Man, I would just want to be a star. And I keep writing these songs, and nobody
What was this, about 5 years ago?
You say this. You were saying this up to last week.
Yeah, that's a good thing to go with. You should be depressed. That's cool. Depressed is cool. Like Eddie Vedder's cool.
I can't sleep. You don't
Yeah,
tell
I
me
can't
this
sleep.
stuff.
Yeah,
You want to know who the best band around is? No
I'm
offense.
having a problem with insomnia, but that's about it.
Now, Prozac will make you stutter better, so I'm all for it. If that enhances your stuttering, I'm gonna get you some. I'm gonna go talk to my doctor about getting you on it. So you'll make more mistakes. You know who the best band is right now? No offense to John's band. I'm sure that they are also the best. Is Soundgarden. They're the best.
Yeah, that's great.
They're the best band ever.
It's a great album right now.
Oh, that's some album. Have you heard that yet?
I've heard some of Soundgarden. I haven't heard the whole album.
What?
Spoon Man is the single right now.
Spoon Man?
Yeah.
That's right. That's a good song. I have that record. I brought it in today to play you a good song.
So forget Nirvana. Go with Soundgarden.
Did you hear that? Yeah, well, Nirvana's dead. Hey, Fred, have you heard Soundgarden?
I bought it. I haven't had a chance.
I hope that guy doesn't kill himself.
I hope so, too. Wear a helmet.
You know,
What?
Nothing.
The guy from Soundgarden does a really good song on that Temple of the Dog album.
Yeah.
With Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, I'm still hungry.
Now, shut up, you two.
They start there.
Whenever I talk about what I like, these guys have to start giving me this obscure Temple of the Dog information.
Nothing obscure about it. It's on MTV and on the radio.
No one cares.
Hey, Howard, you have me and Eddie Vedder on tape, I interviewed him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to play that.
Yeah.
What?
I just you want to hear it.
Yeah, but don't mumble. I can hear you.
I can't believe he denies all the stuff he tells me.
Oh, I'm sure he told you he's depressed. He's probably just trying to get you
I might
in the
have been
sack.
depressed that day, but yeah, maybe I was trying to get you in the sack.
But I'm going to find a song even Jackie will like.
On this album?
You know, Robin,
on this album.
I should crucify you doing that here, man. If I sat here and told everything you've told me,
what has she told you?
She would kill herself. Yeah, it's unbelievable. You have the biggest mouth.
Come on, rat her out.
These guys are good.
Yeah.
Soundgarden. Wait, I'm going to find.
Hey, I like
Spoon
that.
Man is the one you like.
I like that, but I'm trying to find one that even Jackie can relate to.
Do they play banjo on this album? There you
I
go.
like this.
Might work.
Sounds like something Jackie wrote.
See, Jackie will
like this.
Yeah, that's why I'm playing it. These guys are good. What's so funny?
The Beatles were heavy metal to Jackie. You know? we were in Cancun. We were at a piano bar, and he's like, "Isn't this great, John? Isn't this great?" And they were playing some song from the 1920s or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You go, no, this sucks.
Scott Joplin or something.
We're sitting in a nice restaurant having dinner, and there was a guy playing the piano, playing Summer Wind, and I happened to say that I thought it was enjoyable.
What is Summer Wind?
It's Frank Sinatra song.
Classic song.
Maybe you won't like this. Bet you these guys are depressed, too. It'd be cool if the whole band killed themselves. No band has ever killed themselves.
Why would the guy go by himself? Take the whole band.
I just ruined this song. Wait a second. Just check this part out. And I'll see you tomorrow, Robin.
Okay. I'll be here.
I'm looking forward to that. But we must go now because we have some commercials.
We have to sleep before it's time to do something.
Yeah, we have another show. I will get to your phone calls tomorrow, by the way. I have a lot of phone calls to take.
Okay.
All right.
KDGL Fort Worth, Dallas. Your Rock 97.1 The Eagle.
And I'll see you tomorrow, Robin.
Okay. I'll be here.
I'm looking forward to that. But we must go now because we have some commercials.
We have to sleep before it's time to do this.
Yeah, we have another show. I will get to your phone calls tomorrow, by the way. I have a lot of phone calls to take.
Okay.
All right.
KDGL Fort Worth, Dallas. Your Rock 97.1 The Eagle.
And I'll see you tomorrow, Robin.
Okay. I'll be here.
I'm looking forward to that. But we must go now because we have some commercials.
We have to sleep before it's time to do this.
Yeah, we have another show. I will get to your phone calls tomorrow, by the way. I have a lot of phone calls to take.
Okay.
All right.
KDGL Fort Worth, Dallas. Your Rock 97.1 The Eagle.